Okay, example 4 is a calculator problem. This is awesome. It says an object moves along the x-axis from 0 to 6. The velocity is given by this crazy equation. Natural log of t, blah, 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 all this stuff. It says for t equals 4, is the object speeding up or slowing down? Okay, well, we were given the velocity, so we can look and see if it's positive or negative, all right? But then we're going to need to know what the slope is to find the acceleration, okay? So that's what we got to look at. All right, so let's get this in here. So I've got natural log. I'm using x rather than t minus 0.15 t to the third. Oh, yeah. And then plus parentheses with t squared plus 2t to the, and oh, nice and pretty there, 4/5. Good job. All right, good. Now, so I've got that in there. Let's take a look at the graph. Now, I'm going to have to change the window a little bit, but that's okay. So let's graph that. No, it looks pretty good. All right, looks pretty good. Didn't have to make any changes at all, really. I was expecting that we would have to. All right, so let's do this. I just want to know what's happening when we're at 4. So if you hit the trace button and hit 4 equals, we can see a couple of things here. All right, first of all, you can see that the y value, the velocity, is positive. But also at that moment, you can see that the slope is negative. Okay, so all right. So I think what I'll do is, all right, we can see that if that's true, then the velocity is velocity is negative. Sorry. Velocity is positive. Acceleration is negative. Okay. But I think I'm going to get some extra information here. Okay. All right. So I can see from what I still have in here, v of 4 is 4.497, right? If you're rounding to 4 decimal places, okay? Now, here's the cool thing. You're gonna love this. I can actually do second calculate, and I can go down to number 6, and I can find out what the acceleration is at that moment. At 6, when x is 4, haha. All right, and so here we go. So then at that moment, the acceleration or the slope of that curve is negative 2.7131. Okay. All right. And I haven't answered the question yet, but because those two have opposite signs, that means that the object is slowing down. All right. So the object slowing down at t equals 4 because, see it, the velocity is positive. Above the x-axis. And let's just spell things however we want. Who cares? And acceleration, slope, is negative. Now, I did a little bit better than that because I actually found out what those values are, which is kind of a good skill to have. But, because they may ask those particular values, and they didn't. I mean, we could have just looked at the graph and saw all that. Okay, it's above the x-axis, velocity is positive. It's going down. The slope is negative at that moment. And so, and answered it. But we went a little bit further. All right. So then the question is, at what time from 0 to 6 does the particle change directions? Well, then, all right, here's the thing. I've got a positive velocity this whole time until I get to this 0. Well, here's the good news. It'll find a 0 for me. And I can clearly see that it goes through the x-axis. So we've got a 0, and I'm going to go left bound there, and then right bound just somewhere on down the line here. There we go. That way it'll find in between those two for me. And there we are. All right. All right. So here's what I would say. the particle changes direction at t equals, and let's always go 4 decimal places on your final answer, 5.0077. Okay, and because the velocity changes from positive above the x-axis negative. Boom.